Lovely to see you all. My name is Nora Zimmerman. I am a brand soul brand designer, and I create websites as well. I also help my clients behind the scenes with email marketing and with strategy, bringing them online. A lot of my clients are experts on the ground in person, and sometimes they have very little known online. So that process of translating this expertise and this charisma and these service that they have in person, we go through a process of putting them online and connecting with their clients and with new people in the right way that serves them, and the way that almost replicates the experience in person. So enough about me. I'm here to answer any questions you may have. If I don't know the answer, I will say that, and I can probably look it up for you and ask a colleague. So I would love to know, just briefly, you know, where you're based, what you do, and then we'll go to the questions. So who would like to go next? Introducing yourself.
I'll go.
Great.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, so I've got a mic. I always wonder whether to use the external mic or the internal mic. I don't know what's best, really. I'm Tracy, and Nora's done a lot of work with me, for me, so I'm really happy to be here. And yeah, I'm a certified trainer in nonviolent communication. That's one of the things that I do. Well, that's kind of the main thing that I do in a way. All my work leads back to practicing nonviolent and compassionate communication. I'm also trained in some body modalities, so I lead some embodied practices, including dance and movement, and I work as a coach. So I train, and I was, for the past, I have been living in 2 countries. I've been spending a lot of time in Greece. I'm not now, I'm in the UK. And because of that, probably about 5 years ago, I started to put some of my work online. So I'm feeling really fortunate that I've had that kind of education already, especially around Zoom, and thinking of ways to do that, and still continue to learn. But I am doing some work online as well as, yeah, not any now, offline, obviously, face-to-face. So, and I was before, I was doing face-to-face events. So I've just cancelled those, and that's been quite a lot of work thinking about transferring people onto the online event. So, and I've also been working at home for many, many, many years, actually, of my life, even right back to my 30s. So, so I'm kind of interested. I'm just interested to share and, yeah, be here. That's me, I think. Anything else you want from me, Nora?
No, lovely. I'm really pleased Tracy's here, because she is one of those people that will work things out. If she doesn't know something, she will go and find out how to do it. She is very, even if I wouldn't say you're tech savvy, I would say you are determined to find a way, you know, when you want to work something out. And putting systems behind the scenes for the process in the front for the client to be smooth is quite a thing, you know, connecting this, then the next step, then the next step, and the next step. And that's one of the main things that we need to do online. We need to make the user experience really smooth, easy to flow through. And it's almost, for them, it has to be invisible that they are going through a process. For them, it has to be very intuitive. And for us, behind the scenes, to put that system in place can be quite sometimes just like an enormous effort, because we have to think it technically, but also we have to think what are the steps that another person is going to be taking, basically. So thank you, Tracy.
Thank you.
Well, and you're based in UK?
Yeah, I'm based in London, South London.
Who else is next? Introducing yourselves.
Oh, join the video.
Hi, Charlotte. Welcome. Mina, would you like to introduce yourself and say briefly what you do?
Hello.
Hi.
Hiya. I hope everyone's well right now. So I'm based in London, and I've been teaching Pilates for the past 25 years. I have just last November, I closed my studio doors, interesting enough, and I thank the heavens for that, because I would have been paying a ginormous rent at this point, not being able to do that. So I feel very lucky that I made a big life change before any of this happened. So I've been a Reiki healer for the past 30 years. And interesting enough, I never really practiced on clients, although I do know that clients used to come to my studio for more than just Pilates. I think about 5 years ago, I realized I started to burn out because I've been doing so much other types of training. I'm not a huge believer in Pilates anymore, funny enough. I think it's too constricting for most bodies, but the principles are still there. And so I've done lots of other body work for people. But I think what I realized is I realized I probably wanted to work a little bit more energetically. So I started doing other type of study work. I'm a Biora instructor or therapist now. I too have done a few of the divine healing work. I'm a time waver therapist as well. My husband, who's an osteopath, we do the FSM time waver McMakin work. So we don't have a time waver med, although we do want to get one, which is a gigantic purchase in our life. So that's a whole other topic. So we're making some big changes, both of us. He's been an osteopath for more than 25 years as well. So we both are a bit burnt out. And I think it's interesting how suddenly now it's all turning full circle around, because I made a huge decision last summer that I was training and working energetically with clients and trying to make a transition. And I decided to leave the studio. So I do still work privately with clients one-to-one, or I did up until a few weeks ago. But interesting enough, it's full circle around now, because both my husband and I are home. We don't have jobs right now so, at this moment. And I'm now in the process of starting to do online classes, which I think is hilarious. I'm going right back to where I started teaching mat work classes, because I've been a machine studio teacher for the past 20 years.
Oh, okay.
I had a big studio with all my equipment, and it's all in storage right now. Anyway, so now for instance, today I'm online. I'm registering for the Zoom. I'm going to be doing online classes. I'm researching PayPal or Stripe. I mean, it's so interesting. I'm suddenly going, oh my God.
It's a lot.
Well, do you know, I've been my own, I'm one of these kind of people where I like to figure things out myself. So owning my own business for the past several years, instead of paying somebody, I probably spent a whole week trying to do one thing that would have taken somebody an hour to do.
Got it.
So I've developed some very strange skills, probably having my own business, but at the same time, it's not effective. And I still need to reach out and try to get some help. So this is where, thank you. Bree Chanlin has recommended you a long time ago, Nora. So I'm just here just to dip my toe in and see.
Lovely. Nice to meet you.
Else. Nice to meet you too, finally. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And you're in London?
I'm in London, yes.
Okay, lovely. Thank you.
Okay.
Christina, would you like to tell us? Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Christina. I'm calling from Spain. I am based in London as well, but at the moment I'm here, self-isolating. I work as a midwife in the NHS, but I'm feeling, now I just recently took 6 months as a career break because I was feeling completely burnt out. And I also wanted to dedicate some time for myself and to start like a little project that I've been having in mind. Something to do with fertility awareness. and the menstrual cycle. Yeah, just sort of like encouraging women to connect again with their own bodies through the female archetypes, plus, you know, the cycle itself. Yeah, so I have this idea of like creating something that is not purely physiological. It's not only physiological, but it's also sort of like spiritual, energetical as well. So kind of like encouraging women to connect with their bodies at all levels. So I have this project in mind, but yeah, I never created my own business myself. So I'm just like figuring out everything by myself. So I feel a bit like overwhelmed.
Yes.
So yeah, so I just saw this event that somebody just sent me like 2 hours ago, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go and see if I can receive some guidance. So
Wonderful.
yeah,
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
By the way, bienvenida. Yo hablo también
Gracias.
castellano. Soy argentina.
Gracias.
De nada. Thank you, Cristina. Amanda.
Hi, good to see everybody. I'm hoping everybody is well. I live in North Carolina in the US on the East Coast. And things are just kind of ramping up here. I had a grandson born 1 week ago in Atlanta, and I have another granddaughter being born in about 3 or 4 days. So Christina, my ears were really perking up with you being a midwife, and you know, the kind of holding this kind of space for these new mamas and daddies bringing babies in right now. And I am a licensed professional counselor, a therapist. I've been in practice for 28 years. And I just took one whole entire year to do a personal vision quest. And I had a little camper and I traveled around to as many wilderness places as I could for a year. And so I had,
Wow.
yeah, I know. I just got back January 9th. And, you know, my idea was that during this time, I would be revisioning my offerings and how my service would be more attuned to, you know, who I am now and what I've been learning. And of course, I came back to a lot of intensity around my own family's needs. But I had not gotten to the part about the really articulating my new work. And now, of course, everything is being done virtually, and I'm very interested in reconnecting with my client base and offering a couple of different things, kind of emergent care, like what is life, how is life right this moment, and what do people need in terms of, you know, regulating their nervous systems and dealing with the intensity of the stress. And then 2, a deeper soul mentoring for these times, you know, as we're in isolation and as we are, you know, embracing or opening to, I guess I should say, the new realities of life on the planet now, and being able to respond to that. But, you know, I need to do my website. I need to understand a little bit more about how to offer things online, like real basic. I think my internet is a little bit unstable from this distance from my house, and I need a booster. I don't even know how to do that. So I feel real basic about what I might, you know, where I am and how to get going and how to offer something. Offer meditation classes. I've been doing that for years, and embodied spirituality. And I've led lots and lots of nature intensive and retreats, which has a whole different kind of feel now that that things are going to be more virtual and online. So, you know, I'm open, and I'm so grateful you're offering this Q&A.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
It was very overwhelming. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. Charlotte and Maya, are you there? Can we see you? Can you hear me, Maya? And Charlotte, can you hear me? I'm going to unmute. Hi, Charlotte. Can you hear me? You need to unmute yourself. I don't seem to be able to unmute you. There's a little microphone on the bottom left.
Mute.
Perfect. Thank you.
Ah, okay. Hi there. I'm Charlotte. I'm in Cornwall. I'm a massage therapist and a kinesiologist, and I also do Reiki. And I'd be interested in offering more online treatments. I'm having really good help with my massage online community about how to do that. But with kinesiology, I'm thinking it's going to be a bit different and harder to do muscle testing. Anyway, I've got a few ideas, but it's more about just making the first steps, really.
Okay. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. So the main thing I'm going to say, and then I'll ask you what the questions are, is because there are so many possible options of how to put yourself out there online, especially if you are just beginning and you haven't had a strong online presence before, is to choose one place where you're going to focus your energies. So don't try and do Instagram, Facebook, and your website, LinkedIn. Just choose one platform that you're going to focus your energies, and whichever you feel that is going to be a place where you feel comfortable. For example, I personally feel overwhelmed on Facebook. It doesn't mean I don't go in there, but if I have to do all of my marketing on Facebook, I'll probably be exhausted. So my focus, for me personally, for my style of sensitivity would be to, okay, I've got a mailing list already, so I talk to my mailing list. Maybe I am a member of like tons of groups, but I post maybe my post about this Q&A on 2 or 3 groups. That's it. I just go and do what I can, simply because at the moment, everybody's coming online. Everybody's offering things. And so there's like a slight, you know, everybody's speaking at the same time kind of thing, you know, when you're in a room and it's really loud and it's noisy. So to not feel that kind of overwhelm yourselves, the best thing is to just say, okay, I'm going to just focus on one platform. If you want to have a website and you don't have a website and you don't want to invest in having a website professionally designed, I can talk about my programs later if you're interested, or you can talk to me directly after. I mean, I'm not pitching anything here today. You can go either to MailChimp and you can have a landing page there. It's free. It takes a little bit of learning, but it acts literally like a website. And then you use that with your mailing list. You direct people maybe from Facebook onto signing up to your mailing list, and then your MailChimp landing page tells them everything they need to know. You can even integrate payment there. So that's the simplest thing to do that I recommend. If you feel a little bit more advanced, you can also have a cover page on Squarespace. I don't know Wix, but I'm pretty sure Wix does the same. So those are the very almost quick options to do those kind of things if you want to go online. And they're very self-intuitive in a way. You know, you just drag blocks and you put the information, and you can follow a certain structure for communicating what you need to say. I can help with that at another time. But basically, any website will need to indicate, the first thing is who you are and what to do. There's another section that needs to say and indicate roughly, you know, where the clients are, you know, because you want them to understand that you understand them. So there has to be something in the lines of, you know, is your website, for example, for me, is your website dated and feels like, you know, it's kind of stuck in the past and you've moved forward, but the website is not serving you anymore. That would be talking to the, you know, situation that they're feeling. And a lot of my clients are probably waking up at night and thinking, I can't be bothered with the website. I just, you know, it's such a big minefield. I can't even go in it to change it. I'm embarrassed about directing people to it. So that's one of the things that you can talk to. You know, your people may be experiencing pain, or they may be experiencing like they're seeking something else if they want, you know, to try different modalities. And then you need to indicate how to get in touch with you, how much the sessions are, like all the practicalities. Cover the practicalities. Don't let people guessing. And then you close with, okay, this is what you need to do. You either book a call, you pay for a session here if you like, and if you can integrate a calendar, then that's even better. But that could be a step ahead. So that would be the first thing that I'd say for, you know, having something rather than nothing. Right, questions, please. Just go ahead and talk.
Actually, not so much a question, but I'd like to share something. Is that okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
It's like, it's quite a lot of years ago now. It's probably about 6 years ago, is it, Nora? I'm not sure, when I first worked with you. And I just wanted to share that because at that time I had a few different websites and I had so much different stuff going on. It's like I did so many different things and I didn't kind of know what my firm identity was, you know. And what I just wanted to say how helpful that was, and I really mean that. I hadn't expected to say that on this call, but just listening to you, how amazing it was for me, for you to support me in that integration process. And, you know, I never looked back from there because somehow it seemed like quite a process at the time. It really was, but it meant that I kind of really owned my identity and was really clear about the key offer and the focus for my offer. And so I'm really grateful for that. And I think that's relevant to what you were talking about, actually. So, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I do tend to get clients that are very expansive, that they are creative, that some of them, they get lots of downloads of information. And so when we work on their website, the website becomes like a real container, as if you suddenly have a really tidy cupboard, you know, okay, in this drawer I'm putting this drawer I'm putting this, and this is the overall, you know, feeling and look and the overall offering. Because, and this is really important for all of you, I think all of you mostly work with energy. And you might be thinking, you know, how do I do this online? The thing is, there's already an energy here in this call, right? You can just feel it. You know, you are perceptive, all of you, you know, you understand it and you feel it and you pick it up. I'm picking it up. There's no coincidence here that you are all, you know, kind of alternative practitioners, you know, that I like all of that, you know, that there's already that thread happening. So when people come on the call, I pick on that as well. And I ask, you know, who you are, because I'm interested, you know, it's like, I get excited, right? So for you, it's the same, you know, this thing of we can't do it over on Zoom. Yes, you can. You know, there's, you know, you just have to prepare yourself as if you were going to receive the person in person, welcome them, and hold space. And do it from your heart and connect. So it's exactly the same. You may not be able to touch them, but you know, with Reiki, you don't need to touch the person, right? So I'm just going to give an example. The other day, I mean, I go to a meditation sangha for years, and I'm one of the facilitators, and we do it in person, and it's 2 hours, and it's wonderful. And even if I'm facilitating, I get all the benefits. The other day I offered, yeah, I can do it online, no problem. I'm always on Zoom. Zoom. Blimey. Oh, are you getting some feedback? Yeah. Okay. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Everybody comes on. I suddenly realize there's 21 people. Right. Okay. 21 people. How am I going to get them to not talk on top of each other? To do, I mean, we managed, right? but I didn't get any benefits. I was managing the whole thing, and it was only an hour and a quarter, so it was a lot shorter. So that was a bit of a shock. But what happened is I learned from that, and now we can take that feedback, and you know, the next meeting and the next meeting is going to improve. So in a way, this is something you need to do for yourselves as well. It's almost like you have to hold yourselves and coach yourselves that it's going to be okay. You know, you're going to have a few trial runs. And what I always encourage everybody is, it's better that you're out there than you're hiding. I'm a perfect, you know, I'm a really good one for hiding. I always put my clients out and then I don't do anything for myself, right? So I want you to go out and try it and do it. And you can explain to people as well. You can say, hey, I haven't used this technology before. I'm having a practice run. You can also offer a reduced rate, if you like, for the first, you know, 2 sessions until you feel that it's kind of moving in the right direction and you feel a bit more confident. You can also use a friend to do a couple of trial runs and offer whatever you want to offer. Just choose maybe 1 or 2 of the skills you have that you feel kind of confident, but also you think, okay, these I can do online, definitely. Rather than offering the full range of everything, just offer one thing. And so it keeps the whole, like we were talking, one platform, one service, and then next month I'm going to review again what I'm doing. And this is a really gentle way, because we're all also experiencing so much, you know, happening in the world. We have to process our own stuff at the same time. So ideally, you know, you may not have the 25, 30 clients, 10 clients you are working with in person, but you can aspire to at least make a start gently, really gently, so that the clients also feel, hey, this person hasn't disappeared. They're still there. They are still interested in me. Because at the end of the day, you obviously know this is not about you. This is about them. They need to feel held. So you can literally send an email right now and saying, I'm prepping my tech to be able to serve you very soon. As soon as I'm there, I will let you know. So that's the first thing you can do. It's quick, it's easy, and you just let them know that that's happening. I haven't forgotten, I'm not hiding, I'm not overwhelmed, I'm just figuring this thing out. Any questions?
If no one else has one. So I'm pretty good at talking, as probably people have realised. Probably too much. I think that's the thing. I've been very lucky with my clients because they started off as case studies and they moved to clients, and then it's all been word of mouth. And now I'm trying to move online. I'm going to keep hopefully some of my existing clients, and Charlotte, I'd love to speak to you because I'm a kinesiologist as well. So I'm trying to think of all different things. So maybe we could swap some ideas. And I love Cornwall as well, by the way. But it's just about how to word things. I would tell everybody every single detail because I'm so excited about it. And I know that you shouldn't do that. And I don't know whether this is the right call for it, but it's about how to make something sharp to the point. And also it's a hard thing to explain about kinesiology anyway, because we look at physical adjustments, nutrition, emotional work, and energy, electrical work. But then how do you kind of then say, well, I'm not delivering kinesiology, but there's loads of things that I can deliver. I don't know if that's a call for now, but I don't even know if I've explained it very well. But
do you have a website or do you have a platform?
I've started a website. I haven't launched it. I've started with Wix, because even though I was a software developer stroke manager for 21 years and I'm very hands-on, I was actually a data programmer. So I was like the glamorous back end. I never did any front end stuff. But Wix is actually really easy to use. It is like Lego. You can kind of drag and drop things, but I just haven't launched it yet.
Mm-hmm. So what would you like to offer straight away? 1 or 2 things that you can choose?
Well, there's a few things that we can do in kinesiology, because obviously we get to the root cause by muscle testing. I say obviously for people that don't know. But there's certain things that we can provide to the client that are kind of like, you know, meridian flushing and touching certain acupuncture points, and talking as well whilst doing tapping and things that will release emotions. So I'm thinking that they're very, you know, they're very powerful, but they're kind of like a standard. They're not kind of getting to the root, but they'll still prep up the immune system and stuff.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is, I think it would be ideal if you can offer mini maintenance sessions.
That's lovely. I like that.
So I think you just call them for what they are. You keep it really simple. You talk to your existing clients, you know, via email or, you know, however you talk to them. You can also promote these on your website, and you can promote them on, if you are on Facebook or wherever you are, and you can just say, these are interactive sessions. I'm not just working on you, because a lot of people that go to kinesiology, they go to be fixed, right?
Yeah.
Lying down, fix me, please.
Yeah.
So I remember the very first time I had a kinesiology treatment, it was actually with Claire Muller.
Oh, amazing. She's
the
incredible.
Principal. Right, but you know what she told me? This was 20 years ago or more. She told me, are you going to take the supplements? I just went, yeah. She said, otherwise, I'm not selling them to you and I'm not seeing you again. And it was like, wow. So
wow.
That way she was asking me to be responsible, you know, and she kind of committed me to, this is something that we do together. Yes, I'm giving you a treatment, but you're not just lying down and I'm fixing you, right?
Yeah.
So I think the word interactive and the word collaboration here for you is important.
That's lovely.
Because they'll have to do things and you will have to engage them in this collaboration. I think you need to make that really clear, especially if they've been accustomed to coming to you and being fixed.
Yeah.
I would consult then with, you know, are you in the community?
Yes. Yeah.
So I would consult if it is okay to, you know, give them supplements or to give them bath-flower remedies. I don't know about that side, but what you can offer, it's safe and it's not a huge promise. It's just a mini, you know, kind of like an alignment. Yeah,
that's lovely. I really like that. Thank you so much. Yeah.
You're very welcome. Any more questions? Yes, go on, Charlotte. You need to unmute yourself. Oh, I've unmuted you.
Yeah, I don't know why that, I think it's something to do with the volume button, is that right?
No, don't worry. As long as I can unmute you, it's fine. Sometimes it doesn't let me have the power.
My query is, I think I'm quite nervous about going online, so I'm going to do practice sessions with family and friends just to play around with it first of all, and then I'm composing an email to send out to my existing clients saying I'm going to be offering initial free sessions just while I get used to the format and we both get used to the format, and then because probably like a lot of you are self-employed, so haven't got any money coming in whatsoever. So I was thinking then to say there may be a charge in the future, but I don't want you to feel obligated to carry on if you don't want to. So I'm just thinking about
what
that.
Would you like to offer specifically?
Well, initially I was going to offer well-being sessions, so that could be a mix of different modalities, so self-massage, kinesiology techniques, bit of tapping, so a little bit mixture. I was thinking of offering a little mixture of different things according to what people need or say.
All right, okay.
So that sort of it contradicts what you were saying about focusing on one thing.
No, I think the session can combine lots of things. I'm not saying offering one thing. I'm saying if you are in a position where you are feeling like you a little bit apprehensive about going online and doing these, what I would say is for you is more like a well-being session where I will use all my skills and techniques according to what you need on that very session. So today I'm going to pull, you know, Reiki, another day I'm going to pull tapping, or I'm going to combine 2 or 3 things, because this is one of the things that happens for wide-skilled practitioners. They tend to sell the deliverable. The deliverable is the divine healing session, the talking session, the massage session. But actually, sometimes clients don't really know what they need. So you need to bring them into your practice, into your energy, and you offer what you think is best. You can maybe have a conversation and agree what's best. But because you can...
I'm quite excited about that, because that's a really nice way of bringing everything I do together. So that's a really exciting way. I'm quite excited about that.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you really got it.
Yeah, the money,
I think
offering it for free, and then it's the more in the initial. No, don't offer it for free.
Have they been paying before?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to say is, first of all, the word well-being sounds a little bit old-fashioned, as if it's already been used and overused. And so think of something like, you know, for her, I can't remember, maintenance sessions. They, you know, they seem to be like the continuation of what she was doing. For you, it seems to be almost like, I don't know, you have to find the word. It feels like a reset. Something where they're just you're going to tune in, and they are going to receive, you know, the skills, basically. It can be an attunement session if if they're open to that kind of wording. It might just be, you know, you just need to think, are the clients kind of, you know, open to weird words? Are they spiritual, or are they very conventional? And I need to keep it well-being. Okay. You can even go to Google and put synonyms for well-being, and then just find options. But I would charge a reduced rate for that. And you can say the value is whatever it was before, say 60, 70, 100 pounds. The value of this session is XYZ, because you're still doing the same. However, because I am learning the technology and I am testing these, for the next 3 months, I am offering this session at a reduced price. You can even get them to book 2 or 3 sessions, because to me, it sounds like what you do with 1 session doesn't happen. They need probably 2 or 3 sessions. You can think about that. So you sell a little package, right? So if for 1 session they were paying 100, now for 3 sessions they pay 120. Whatever, you know, I'm just giving you, you know, like a little framework of options to offer these in a way that feels really valuable, but also in a way that you are confident doing it as well.
So you wouldn't offer it for free to start off with?
Absolutely not, especially because you charged before. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Yes, Christina.
Hi. So for me, I mean, I don't know if this is related, but so for me, what's happening is that I want to create something that I think I haven't seen before. So it's quite new. So sort of like, you know, I have all this knowledge that I have been gaining through like my career, my expertise, different trainings. I kind of like see this need, this gap that hasn't been covered. So, you know, it's quite a lot of things what I want to do, and also, yeah, also like playing it by ear. So it's kind of like I get really overwhelmed really quickly, because I'm also such a perfectionist. Like I want the things to be perfect before releasing anything. And now I understand that that doesn't work really, because otherwise it's also an excuse for me to like keep hiding and be like, no, I'm just gonna wait until I continue doing this training or learn more about this and about that. And it's like, okay, so now it's gotten to a point that I'm like, no, now I need to start releasing. I need to start putting the work out there, because it's something that I believe in so much. So it's not even for me, it's for other people as well. But I feel like I don't know how to overcome this sort of like, overwhelming feeling of like, oh my God, I have all of these ideas. And I don't know how to like Because I also do cacao ceremonies as well, and then my mind is like, oh, shall I combine cacao ceremonies with fertility? And it's like, okay, how can I simplify?
Yes.
You know, and also a part of me is like, no, maybe like, let's wait, do your website, do all your content, make sure you are ready. But then I feel like this can also feel like an excuse, because I don't want to be waiting anymore. You know, it's like, no, okay, it's enough of waiting.
Yes.
So, you know, your advice.
It's a really good question.
Thank you.
So creativity, you know, and people that are very creative and they get lots of different ideas and they have lots of talents, and perfectionism, they're just almost like enemies. And they go together a lot, you know. Yeah, I mean, if I say focus on one thing, it's probably going to be impossible without support.
I just chip in, I can help you with that. Because we can do tapping work and stuff online, and I deal with quite a lot of overwhelm and sense of direction and things that are holding you back emotionally. But I don't mean to. I'm just saying that I can help, and I'm going to meet myself.
We could like exchange later contacts.
Yes, absolutely. Go. Yeah, just you know, you can put it on the chat, or you can. Maybe I will create a group.
Amazing.
I'm feeling like creating a group. Are you all on Facebook? Just give me a thumbs up. Maybe. Okay, we can ask questions and you can connect with each other. And okay. You see, sometimes I have been told to create a group for a long time by Spirit. But because I don't want to be on Facebook for very many hours of my time, and I think, oh, it's a lot to manage, I haven't done it. But you see, the momentum of the group is happening here already before I can even say no, right? You are already connecting between all of you before I can control it myself. I haven't got the time to do it. I don't want to be on Facebook, right? So this is something, you know, and I'm completely sharing, you know, from totally honest. This is something that, you know, we all go through, but sometimes the momentum of the birthing of that thing that you're doing, like Christina is happening, is bursting, you know. It's happening before you are ready. It's happening before it's perfect. It needs to be out, because that service, that gift that you're offering, it's ready, it's ripe, it's you know, it has to be alive. So I think I can't give you a quick answer for these. You probably would be better off working through a little process to give shape to the offerings, to, you know, a little bit what we did with Tracy a few years ago, and it's something that I do with my clients. The simplest thing you can do sometimes maybe is to look at other websites and analyze them and think, okay, they have a similar offering, and maybe I can follow this structure. So the skeleton of a website, the structure of a website, not what they offer, and without comparing, the skeleton of the website and how they carry me through the website as a customer. I feel that this might work for my own structure. That's just inspiration, you know, that you can begin to analyze instead of, you know, feeling like the comparison with these other great websites. I also have a free video series on my website that you can just download. You can just sign up and download, and it goes to one of the videos is about soul brand. So you get to the core of your brand. You begin to tune into that. Because actually before going online, you know, it's like you have to do a little bit of, okay, what's this brand? What does it look like? How does it feel like? So that's something you can all do. It's a free video series of me guiding you.
Okay.
Does that help, Christina?
Yeah, I was also wondering if you could, I don't know, if maybe we could chat another time to see if we could, I don't know, potentially work together if,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
like after the call or.
Yeah,
another
no
time.
problem.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyone else? How is it feeling so far? You can ask questions or you can just share.
Well, I just feel wonderful with the support here and the ideas. I thank you so much. And I'm going to have to hop off of here because I actually have a Zoom call in a couple of minutes. But
Yeah.
thank you. And I'm going to watch for your offerings. And I appreciate it a lot, Nora. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Lovely to have you, Amanda.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What else is alive? Yes, go on. I'll unmute you. Go on, Charlotte.
Sorry. I think for me, it's a big transition from being really hands-on in a clinic to suddenly doing this sort of thing and promoting yourself online. And it's just a really, it's a really big shift. And I've always sort of I've always sort of held off Facebook as a way of promoting business, but I think I just have to do it now. You know, I've got to go, you have to use it to get your, you know, you might have a really good website, but you've got to get the message out about your website. So I think for me, that's just quite a big transition.
Do you have a list of clients that you've been working with?
Yes. I don't have a mailing list. I've just got the details. Yeah.
Okay. So how about, I mean, this is not going to be forever. You see, everything changes. And so how about you just focus on the clients that you already have. You also can include in your email friends and family that you know, that, you know, you never know. I mean, my mailing list in the beginning, they were all my friends and family, right? So you can just email all the people you know, plus your clients, and tell them what you're doing. No need to go on Facebook, no need to go anywhere. You just explain on an email what you do, what the name of the session is, how you're going to call it. Now that you're going to have the Facebook group, you can share ideas there, you know, of how you're going to call it. You know, you can share the email and people can give you feedback to see if they understand what you're saying or if there's anything missing. And then just stay on email. How does that sound?
Yeah, it really helps start off small rather than trying to just throw it all out. Yeah,
because you need to design the session first and you need to become confident on Zoom. So promoting yourself on top of that on a platform that you feel overwhelmed with is just not going to help you. So if you just talk to, luckily you've got clients, that's the positive, right? And you probably have friends and family, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to have to overcome the shyness of including friends and families, and you can email them separately and say, you know, sorry for the mass email, you know, I'm practicing here. I'm practicing, you know, offering my services online. And, you know, if any of you wants to do it, you can offer them a reduced rate if they're friends and family. And then for your clients, you do a very similar email with a little bit more formality. So it's just email for you.
Yeah, and I think I've been having these thoughts all week, but it's actually, I've sent off 2 emails already just to 2 clients and they both came back and said no. So that's just, I just feel a bit, I've only just done 2 and I haven't had a good response yet. So I'm just,
Well, on MailChimp.
Just gearing up really.
Yes, I know. On MailChimp, I think if you have a 20% open rate, not a yes, open rate, it's considered a success, an email.
Okay, so I should be put by 2 saying no.
Just keep going.
Carry on,
Keep going.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Doesn't mean anything, basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, thank you.
Good, thank you, Charlotte. Mina.
So it's interesting. I've been, a lot of this is, a lot of everyone's questions have come up. I've been frantically writing notes because this has all helped me considerably. And I suddenly, I suddenly realized, right? I suddenly realized really what my issue is actually. So this is quite interesting. And I guess maybe myself, I probably could use maybe a one-on-one as well, because I have slowly been transitioning and shifting my practice in the past, especially the past 5 years. And so, for instance, because I understand and I can read and understand people's energy centers, the chakras, I know exactly when they walk in my door, I could just take one look at them and I kind of go, oh, you know, your root's totally, you know, deficient or excessive. And I can, instead of, you know, lying down, we do lots of grounding work that day. And some of my clients don't even realize what I'm doing, and they're getting the benefit, but they don't understand my approach, basically. And I know that people used to come to my studio unknowingly for that healing, in a sense. But for me, my heart is very much, I really feel that people heal energetically, physically as well, but, and you know, energetically is very important for me. And so I'm trying to make this big transition.
Yes.
My life. So I studied all these different types of energy work. And so for me now, having to go back and teach classes online, it's almost, I feel like I'm taking a step backwards in a way. Interesting enough, I do have the ability to be able to do things online, and I feel very thankful for that. So that is a very good bonus for me. I started making these changes even before the isolation, though. So it's interesting how I have developed all these different things together, like most of you all, and you're trying to figure out what to call yourself. You don't even know who you are anymore, really, and you're trying to make up a name for it. And I think probably one of the hardest things is that I have some clients that would be okay with my shift and maybe working more energetically. But I don't want, it's a strange one. I think my question is I don't really want to advertise myself in too many different places, like having an energy website, you know, working with frequency specific microcurrent with my husband, working with energy technology. And then I have more of my biofield tuning work and my Biora work. And then suddenly I'm a Pilates teacher. And I feel like I've got all these different hats on, you know? And, you know, as soon as like somebody would come in for Pilates, and then they would leave, and then the next person would come in for Biora. So I'd have to take about 15 minutes to ground myself, and then they'd come in, and I've noticed even like my voice would change. I suddenly had this woo-woo voice. And like I would suddenly have to be this completely different person. And then of course they would leave, and then I'll suddenly, you know, I would open the door and go, hey, how you doing? Ready for a little class? You know what I mean? So I felt like I was just this completely crazy person anyway. So I think trying to consolidate all that into a space. So I guess maybe my very long monologue right now is maybe to ask you whether or not do you think like a one-on-one, I might benefit, I guess, from that. Or,
having a conversation with me one-on-one.
Yes, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I've got some feedback now, if you like.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. So it sounds like Pilates is old stuff, although you can use it when you need it, but it sounds like you're not offering that anymore.
It is correct. I mean, there are movement patterns that do help work and open up and clear through the chakras. I do understand that. So yeah, but yeah.
So, I mean, it feels to me, you know, as you're talking, that if I was in a session with you, you'd be asking me, can you stand up? Can you turn around? Can you lie down? You know, I just feel like you'll be guiding me to do stuff I don't even understand. I don't really care if I understand it, but you'll fix me, basically.
That's kind of, okay.
So right. In a way, I would advertise that. You're not selling fish and chips or, you know, like a menu on a restaurant, right? It's not that I'm going to choose, I want to have fish and I want to have this salad, you know, and I want to have that. They're coming for a session. They're coming because of your energy, because of your expertise. You know, I see you there. You've got big presence. You're an expert already in whatever you're going to offer. So the name of what you offer is, you know, energy something, whatever you want to call it. You know, you need to think of a good name. If you use Time Waver, if you use BioAura, or if you ask me to do some Pilates exercises in the session, it's going to be great. I'll probably be open to all.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
We can still have a chat at another time if you like, but I think there's something there for you to step up. It feels like this is the next evolution of you.
It's almost as if I read this, Marcus Schmeek, who developed the Time Waver. I was reading a part of his book today, and it was an excerpt, basically, instead of jumping off of a cliff, it's almost like falling upwards. And I really like the sound of that in a way. You know, we're all taking a big leap and jump right now. But
yes.
Instead of thinking you're jumping off, think jumping up.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. And leaving a lot of shit behind.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that advice.
That's all right. Yes, Caroline.
Mute, there we go. I don't know if again this is relevant, but maybe someone can help. I'm just getting to grips with kind of, I suppose, marketing and how to present things. Being a functional software developer, usually I just write things out, which isn't very eye-catching. Does anybody know of a good tool that doesn't cost a fortune where I could maybe look at making some colourful like adverts? Yay! Yay!
Go on.
Have you used Canva? Is the spelling is CANVA?
CANVA? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just started using it like literally 4 days ago, and it's great. Like you can create really beautiful like leaflets or like flyers.
Amazing. Yeah.
It's really, yeah, it's free as well.
Yes, that's even better.
And it's really intuitive as well. So,
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
There's also, I use PicMonkey.
PicMonkey. Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's
Yeah.
I've been using it for years because I used to design all my own flyers and all my own posters. So, you know, you can be creative, or you can just design with the photograph that you already have. There you have a free version, which gives you a nice basic version, depending on how much. It sounds as if like you might be able to pick things up quite quickly, understanding the computer. But there is a paid version that I have been using for years, but it's not astronomical, and I literally use it all the time, even just to create like a Facebook cover page, or you know, any sort of social media. So, but also for actual flyers and work. So it does both.
Oh, that's lovely. Thanks both. That's amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say I've used both of those. I haven't got another one to add. And I'm going to jump off, Nora, because I've got a webinar tonight. I've got a meeting tonight online, and I need to prepare for that now. I don't know if you want me, it seems like, I don't know if it's a good time to do this, because as I'm listening, I'm really kind of taking in, tonight I'm preparing something, and I was going to read something on companioning. And as I'm hearing, just sitting here going, oh my God, the companioning is really beautiful here of each other, and of Nora walking alongside with her expertise, and you walking alongside each other. So before I leave, but it might say no, Nora, if it's totally inappropriate. Do you want me to read a few little paragraphs? Yeah? Of what something, and actually this is from a doctor who companions the bereaved, but it's, you know, to me, I'm adapting it because it's so relevant. So I'm only going to read some of it. It says, companioning is about being present to another person's experience. Companioning is about going to the wilderness of the soul with another human being. It's not about thinking you're responsible for finding the way out. Companioning is about honoring the spirit. It's not about focusing on the intellect. Companioning is about listening to that with the heart. It's not about analysing with the head. Companioning is about curiosity. It's not about expertise. Companioning is about walking alongside. It is not about leading or being led. Companioning means discovering the gifts of the sacred silence. It does not mean filling up every moment with words. Companioning is about learning from others. It's not about teaching them. There's more, but I just leave it there. I just thought, I don't know what you think, but I felt it felt really appropriate.
Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you. And just before Tracy goes, next week, I think it's on Thursday, we haven't finalized yet. Tracy and I are going to be in conversation about, well, Tracy's an amazing MVC facilitator, how to, we're going to be talking about MVC and how to use MVC, to coach yourself, to hold yourself. And also we're going to be talking about collaborating. We've always talked about collaborating for years. How this dance of, working with another can create a much greater result. So it's like we've been blending, the client, the designer, the client, it's like a dance. And we're going to have a chat about that, and you're very welcome to join us. I'll put the link probably somewhere.
I'm going to go. Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Good luck. Bye.
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 So, I can still see Maya here, and I can't get to the microphone or anything. So I'm really sorry, Maya, if you can hear us, I'm really sorry I can't see you or get you to talk for some reason. So, deep breath. Any more before we go? I don't want you to go with anything pending.
I've got something on my wall in my treatment room that I just want to get down and then show you. Just hang on a sec.
Yes.
You've probably all heard it before. Let my light shine. My deepest fear is not that I am inadequate. My deepest fear is that I am powerful beyond measure. And this has come up really strongly for me in the last 2 weeks since I've stopped working physically with my clients and, felt the need, the urge to go online, but no, I'm not good enough. No, I can't do this. No. So I don't know what I want to share with that. I just wanted to share it.
Thank you. That was lovely. Yes, yes. So, as we're coming to an end, I haven't asked you to register for this call, so I have no idea, your email addresses or anything. If you would like to put them on the chat so I can email you and let you know about the Facebook group and to keep connected and all of that, please do. There's a little bubble speech on the bottom. I'll just put here and then you can just type it there. So there's also my program, which is called Your Website School, that you can join anytime. And we go through a lot of these processes, building the soul brand, building the soul words, and then I design the website, and then I teach you how to manage and control the website. But that's for another time. So, beautiful people, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your questions and your presence, and just checking in. If you'd be interested in another one, we can do them maybe often. Just let me know.
Thank you so much. It's amazing. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Lots of love, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.